Hey everyone, Mary Pat here with Imaginisce, and today I am going to be making a magnet board to hang in my scrap room. And the challenge is to use some of the iTop magnet daddies. And so I'm going to make a bulletin board and have it with Imaginisce, and then use some of these awesome magnets, and I'm going to hang it in my scrap room. So the first thing that I'm starting off with is I just got this at Michael's. It is a 12 by 12 sheet of magnet paper, and so what I'm going to do is I love the Love You More collection. And so this is one of my favorite sheets with the doilies and the gray. And so this would go really well in my scrap room. My scrap room is white and gray, so I thought this would be great. So my first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, trim this strip off, and add some Mod Podge to this and adhere it to my magnetic sheet. So I have my Mod Podge and I have my little foam brush, and what I'm going to do is, Mod Podge is great because you can use it with everything. So I'm just going to dip some in, and then just going to put an even coat all over, just quickly enough so it doesn't start drying. Okay, so I'm smoothing it out and getting it all on there. You can see already how this is kind of going to work with my magnets with that. So, you know, it sticks just fine. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm just going to let this dry now. And then what I'm going to do is put another layer of Mod Podge on top of this, just to kind of seal it. So I'm going to let this dry, then we'll come back and we'll put another layer on. Okay, so I've let that dried for a little bit, and now I just want to kind of seal it with a layer real quick of the Mod Podge here. And again, this is just a matte finish, so it's not going to be anything here. Okay, so now this layer is going to have to dry just a little bit longer because it's on the outside, so we don't ruin the paper or anything like that. So I'm just going to set that there and let that dry. And then while that's drying, we can work on the iTop tool and let that. So let's start getting out the iTop. Okay, here's my iTop, and I know for this I want to do the large and the medium ones, and so I have my heads here. And so I'm going to switch out the small, since I'm not going to be needing them. And to switch them out, you just simply unscrew, and then you can screw these back in. Very simple. And this is the small side. And put the large one in. So that way, I know what I'm going to be using. So I'll put those in. So there we go. So now I'm ready to go. So I'm going to start with making a large one. And so I put the large like that. And now I'm going to start with the paper. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my piece of paper. Turn it over. And it's the perfect size. So what we do is we put our top here, right on, and it rests right on that spot. You then take your cut piece of paper and you center it right on there, and you just kind of judge and you just kind of inspect it that it is pretty much even. And I can see that I have a little bit on that side because you want to get it as evenly placed as around. And then you squeeze, and then you just kind of just take the head and you kind of just push it down a little bit, and then you flip. And so now you're going to have your pieces of paper sticking out, and you just push in all of your pieces of paper so that they're going down all the right way, all the same way. So now you're going to take your second part here, and you're going to put it right in there, and then you're going to hold it up a little bit and see if you can hear the click. You're going to press, and then you heard the click, and you let it go, and that tells it it's locked in. You peel it back, and there you have the most perfect magnet that you have. So, which is great. So I have 2 of them now on there, and now I want to do 2 mediums. So what I'm going to do is you pull out and you flip, you pull out and you flip, and now we're ready to do the exact same but with the mediums. Okay, so the medium size is going to be the 22, and again there's a punch, and we're basically going to do the exact same. I know I kind of want a line of the gray in there, and I'm going to do 2 of them. And so then I think I also want some of the lighter pink. I like that. Okay. So I've got my 2 punches, and again we're going to set them up the same way. You take your tool. Here's my medium. I place that simply right on there. I take my cut and I line it up, and I just double check and it's there, and I squeeze, and then I just kind of pull it around and kind of get it, make sure it's molding in. Flip it and then fold down so that they're all nice and down. I then get my backing, put it in, listen for the click, open, and out they pop. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. And I now have, so now let's put the whole thing together. Okay, so I have my 12 by 12 frame that I have, and I took the glass out, and I'm simply going to place this back in, and then I have my backing that I'll place directly in there, and I'll get it in there. I flip it over, and here is my frame, and I have my magnets that I have, and they're not coming off. So then I'm going to put it on the board and show you what I can do with it. Okay, so we have above one of my scrap tables here. This is where I have my silhouette and my sewing machine. And oh, there's an Imaginisce picture frame. And then right next to that, I have my new magnet board. And so I have some things to do. And then I have my scrappy projects list. And I'm all set. So I simply just love this plan, and it is super easy to create. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back later with a new video. Bye!